Okay, so you've seen factoring used this way. We've actually seen solving using the zero product property up in problem number 5, but it's another opportunity for some practice. In both cases here, you have the coefficient of 1 out in front, so you're a diamond problem away from having your factors, and so we'll do that. You don't need to include the x squared. This is just a positive 36, and that is a negative 13. There are two numbers that multiply to get 36, but add to get negative 13. Okay, you know, there's 3 and 12, there's 6 and 6, but none of those are giving me a 13. 6 and 6 was close, I guess. 9 and 4 will give you the 36, but they won't give you a negative 13 unless both of them are negative. So again, the point with just this being an x squared is that x times x is going to give you x squared. So you can start with the x's, and you can finish with your diamond problem here, a minus 9 and a minus 4. But keep in mind, since it's equal to 0, let me do that over. X what? Minus 4 equals 0. X minus 9 equals 0. Zero product property states that if you have two products that are equal to 0, you have two solutions. Set them equal to 0, you're going to add 4 to both sides. So you have x equals 4, and you add 9 to both sides, you get x equals 9. And so you have two solutions there. You're going to get two more solutions over here doing it similarly. And while we're at it here, it's a short enough video as it is so far. What I like to do with completing the square, make sure you understand it is a b over 2 quantity squared thing. And if we understand that b is the coefficient of x, ooh, yeah. So we'll have to, I'll do both of these because that one's different. I like to write it out like this: x squared plus 4x and then a space equals 12. In that space now, we're going to do this b over 2 squared thing. Okay? If our b is the 4, I've got a 4. And I'm going to take that 4, I'm going to divide it by 2, and then I'm going to square it. Well, what is 4 divided by 2? That's right, it's 2. And 2 squared? Good, 4. So I just added 4 to both sides, but if I'm trying to keep things balanced, it just got unbalanced because I only added 4 to one side. So let's turn around, let's add 4 to the other side. Okay? Now the nature of adding b over 2 squared is going to make this thing a perfect square. All right? If you look at this, even if you have to go to a diamond problem, that's okay. Now you got a 4 and a 4. Positive 4 on top, positive 4 on the bottom. Shortcut because of the 1 in front. What two numbers multiply together to get 4, but also add together to get 4? Well, it's the only situation where you can, a 2 and a 2 is going to work. So since those are the same, you get an x plus 2. That is not a coincidence. If you complete the square by doing b over 2 squared, this will always factor to be something that looks like that. So you add that together, you get a 16. Now when you take the square root of both sides, you get x plus 2 is equal to, and key, you got to consider the positive and negative version of this when you solve by taking a square root. So the square root of 16 is plus or minus 4. Subtract 2 from both sides. Now you get x is equal to negative 2 plus or minus 4. You got two solutions there. We'll peel it off that way. Negative 2 plus 4 is 2, and negative 2 minus 4. So you can see what the plus or minus do differently. That's going to be a negative 6. So you have two solutions to this one that way. This one here is a little easier because you don't have to do anything to complete the square other than move that over. If we add the 16 to both sides, you get x squared is equal to 25. So this is a quick version of that without having to do the b over 2 squared thing because there was no b. But when you take the square root of both sides, you get x equals, you got to be careful. Some of you will write 5. But if we have a multiple choice set of options where we say circle all that apply, you'd want to circle the positive and the negative.